questions for BarlowGirl for a segment called Ask a BarlowGirl, because I figured you guys probably have some pretty good insight into life.
Well, thank you.
You know, and so I went through some of the emails, and there were a bunch about dating. I figured, you know what, we're not going to have you answer those because it's kind of like taking your car to a podiatrist. Well, since you don't date, so and so I figured I would answer those. I'll field those.
Oh,
and so,
I can't wait to hear those.
Yeah, I'll answer those later. So I have the tough questions for you. So on the phone right now, we have Bethany. Hey, sister, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I am great. You know how yesterday we solicited for people to ask a question of BarlowGirl because, quite frankly, their advice is going to be way better than any advice I'm going to give you. Because, you know what, I'm a wreck. So I might even ask a few of my own questions to them. So, Bethany, you have all three BarlowGirls' attention. We got Alyssa, Lauren, and Rebecca here. Hey. Ask your question.
Hey, how are ya?
Good. How are you doing?
I am wonderful.
Awesome. Good.
I'm so excited. Hey, how is the new guy that got hit? Zach, how is Zach?
He looks okay. How are you doing? You doing good?
Emotionally, I'm a wreck, but physically I'm doing okay.
Oh, you're just playing to the crowd. You're a baby. He's a baby.
Smacked by a bat. Oh my! I think you should hit him as hard as he feels. See how he feels. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Eye for an eye.
Oh,
eye
I'm a human pinata. Wow. All right, Bethany, you have their undivided attention. What would you like to ask them?
Okay, my first one is I struggle a little bit with self-image sometimes. And so I was very inspired by your song, Mirror. I love that song. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And so it really gives me a new perspective of how God looks at me and things. So do you have any suggestions for ways to see myself as God sees me?
Yes, I do. Actually, this is Becca, by the way. I actually struggled with eating disorders for a long time just because, like you, I just had such a poor self-esteem and low self-image, but realizing that I was looking a lot at magazines, I was looking a lot at television, and I was comparing myself to that. And I thought because I didn't look like that I wasn't worth anything. And I began praying and pressing in, and through the help with my mom and me confessing to her that I was struggling with eating disorders and different things, we began studying, and I began finding in the Bible different verses that actually talk about image, one being Genesis 1:27. It talks all about how we are made in his image. And I began writing that verse over, and I put it on my mirror, I put it on my dresser, I put it everywhere that I was during the day. And I even wrote it out on a note card and put it in my pocket. And everywhere I went, I would recite that verse. And at first I thought it was a lie, because I thought there was no way God would create me the way he did, because I had such a poor self-esteem. But as I began reading that and memorizing that, God began changing the way I view myself.
Let me ask you this, Becca, if I can call you Becca.
That's fine.
Or do I have to say Rebecca?
No, don't call me Rebecca.
Okay. Becky.
Now you're on my bad side.
All right, Bex. I'm curious now, did you go to like an eating disorder type treatment thing to get fixed, or was it truly your mom and you and the Bible working it out?
Yeah, you know, I think there are a lot of people that are in it a lot deeper than I was, that do need professional help, that do need to go to like a Mercy Ministries or a special home that they can be cared for. But for me, actually, I just fell to my knees one day and I was like, God, I need help. And he told me, go to your mom and confess your sin, and then your mom will be the one to help. And the amazing thing was that she struggled with the same thing growing up. So she already had collected so much wisdom in it by her own struggle. So she had already gone through that. But I would encourage.
Did she tell her mom? Because back then things were a little bit different. So she probably had to bear that alone.
She did. She really did. But my mom's an amazing woman of God. Like, she's been walking with the Lord a long time. So, yeah, she did have to bear that by herself, but she helped me heal.
Well, that's amazing. See, I think we've helped here. Bethany, did that help?
Yes, it does.
See, that's
Thank you very much.
That's way better advice than I would have given you.
No, she's like, no comment.
No,
Yeah. Right here, Bethany, would have been a good time to say, no, I like your insight too. But you know what? We'll just leave it with the BarlowGirl's great advice. All right, that's business. Now it's back to fun. Coming up in 10 minutes, we're going to do Are You Smarter Than a BarlowGirl? Good luck, ladies. This is Total Access.